first organization with its Lego and robotics competitions is a well-oiled machine that owes a lot to templates established by organized sports. However, we found that even the most modest after-school science, technology, engineering, and math programs can have a profound effect. For over the last 18 months, Time Warner Cable, as part of a private-public initiative, has not only supported the current administration's push to bolster efforts in STEM learning, the acronym for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, through its Connect a Million Minds program, but has showcased and even sponsored scores of community programs for tweens and teens designed to bring out the budding scientist, mathematician, engineer, and technician, equipping a new generation for the challenges that lie ahead. In Austin, Girl Start Summer Camp can kickstart an interest in the sciences for girls as young as 8 up to age 16. The idea is to get young ladies thinking about pastimes and even careers that previously may not have been introduced to them, let alone at such a young age.
I see all this stuff and I'm like, wow, engineers are so cool.
But so are marine biologists, as these Syracuse high school students get their feet wet, wading into a science few have experienced before, making the most basic discoveries during their week-long experience.
Walking through the water and looking for crayfish and salamanders and stuff.
Equally wide-eyed can be students introduced to the heavens, like this group on the west side of Manhattan, under the watchful eye of the Amateur Astronomers Association of New York.
I think it'll help me because it's like now I'm more interested and I'm more intrigued by planets. So I want to learn more about them.
And in Charlotte, North Carolina, middle school students bound for their first Olympiad can rouse the same spirit as any athletic team.
Whenever you're walking through the hall and you'll be wearing your Piedmont Science Olympiad shirt, everyone's like, oh, go Science Olympiad, good luck in nationals.
And capturing national attention, high schoolers out of West Philadelphia who designed a hybrid car using biodiesel fuels, which left a bunch of competitors at the start line.
We made it all the way to the semifinals, so there's a number of elimination rounds. We outlasted MIT, Cornell, Tesla. We were very low budget, going up against multi-million-dollar corporations, and really I think the biggest thing is that we showed what students can do when they're given an opportunity.
Have you ever noticed that many of today's uber scientists and engineers and entrepreneurs were to many yesterday's nerds, like say Apple's Steve Jobs, Microsoft's Bill Gates, or Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg? Well, there's a new reverence for good old-fashioned know-how and just plain smarts that may be the new cool. Tara Lynn Wagner explains.
This is the pit at the first regional competition in San Diego, and it's here that Amir Abo-Shaeer and his 32-member team spent countless hours tinkering, tweaking, and reprogramming their sleek, sophisticated robot. That bot may be the focus on the field, but it's the teacher that's gaining national attention for his revolutionary program, the Dos Pueblos Engineering Academy.
A 4-year academic program to introduce people to engineering, students to engineering and science, give them exciting kind of hands-on experience to science.
Hands-on experience is precisely what Abo-Shaeer brings to the table, having left a career in engineering to enter the world of teaching. It's an example he hopes others will follow.
I mean, I know that seems maybe narcissistic, but really we need people who will leave industry, who will have the skill sets to come in and help make this happen.
By this, he means his big picture vision for the future of science and math in America. His curriculum doesn't just prepare students for the academic study of these subjects, but for eventual careers in an increasingly competitive global industry. To that end, he runs the academy in Goleta, California, more like a business than a school.
We're all on business teams, we write grants, we put out press releases, we do the apparel, etc., etc., etc.
Just like if they were in a venture capital meeting and they were in a small business and they were presenting their work product and trying to get funding, we do the same thing. We present our work product, which is the students, the robot, our projects.
The capstone of the program is Team 1717, the Penguineers, an all-senior, all-rookie team that's made it to First Nationals 5 times in the past 7 years. They're also the subject of the book on the robotics competition called The New Cool. Author Neil Bascombe found the engineer-turned-educator to be the perfect protagonist.
I mean, he speaks very forthrightly. He's very clear about where he sees education going. He's hoping to change the face of education, which is why I thought he'd make the perfect hero for the book.
The book has already been optioned for a movie, but don't expect these kids to go Hollywood. Instead, they're going other places.
I'm looking at University of Michigan for aeronautical engineering.
I've been accepted to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
The University of Pennsylvania
and I'm going there for biomedical engineering.
Abo-Shaeer's going places too. In 2010, he was named a MacArthur Fellow and was congratulated on the floor of Congress. Which begs the question, with a presidential push for STEM education, has Abo-Shaeer gotten an invitation to explain his successful formula to the White House? The answer? Not yet, but he's ready should they call.
I was an engineer in industry. I know what it takes to actually work in the world of work. I know what my students need, and I think that I could sit down with a lot of people and kind of say, here are observations that I have. How can we turn these observations into policy, into educational policy?
When we come back, a cartoon character faces a real-life fight for its life, and we'll tour an exhibit that separates the science fact from the fiction in one of the most popular films of all time. That, when it ain't rocket science, continues.